Frequent flyer, flies, la 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 la. Frequent flyer is back.
What's up? You checking out the Frequent Flyer? Welcome back to the channel. Smash the like button to show your support. And if you're new to the channel, I'd like to extend a warm welcome. This is my Mobula 6 from Happy Model. And this is my absolute favorite brushless tiny whoop in the 65mm size class anyhow. And this thing is awesome. I like it the most because this thing has an all-in-one board here, a true all-in-one flight controller. It has the VTX, the ESCs, and the receiver inside one flight controller. And I think Happy Model was the only one that I'm aware of doing that. And so pretty awesome feat. Cuts down on the weight a whole lot and allows this thing to fly really nice in this size. Beforehand, we were just stuck with the 75mm whoops, which are a little bit bigger. These little guys, the original size of the whoop, is really great for flying indoors and hitting small gaps and all. And so this was almost the best of both worlds. This thing flies really nice indoors, and it also can fly outdoors because of the brushless motors and the insane power to weight ratio that it has. It has 19,000 kV motors from Happy Model, but these props here are not stock props. I plan to make this thing even more powerful. BetaFPV has come out with a new Meteor Pro, but BetaFPV has managed to get 35mm props on this tiny size here. I think these are 31mm props, and so I ordered the frame. I think the VTX on the Meteor is separate, and so that adds to weight. And so in theory, once I upgrade these components from the Mobula 6 into these props and frame from the Meteor Pro, should give it an insane power to weight ratio, power punch, and make this thing even more awesome. Let's get to it. So these props are a little larger, a little more surface area, so more robust props should equal better thrust. And this frame is just a tiny bit larger. Check it out, just a tad bit. So it's actually a tiny bit bigger, but very negligible. Wouldn't really be able to tell. Hopefully this will fit on the frame still. I actually plan to use some different motors as well. I want to use these larger motors. These are Happy Model motors as well, but these are 803s, whereas the stock motors are 802s, so a tiny bit larger. And so here's one of the normal props, so you guys can see up close. Check it out. So definitely larger. These screws in the canopy are tiny, man, very tiny. No screw mount in the front there on the canopy. Okay, this is the front here with the little point. Rubber grommets popping off everywhere. Sort of been in the frame a little bit to get it on. Finally got it on. Sheesh, I had to pop out the flashlight, guys. This tiny screw fell off and bounced off the table. Just something I wanted to point out with you guys that I love about this new frame as compared to this frame here. it's a lot of space freed up in here just by the removal of this right here. These little structure parts there makes it a pain to get the motors plugged in and pulled out of this thing here, and this one has it wide open, so freed up a lot of space just by removing that little piece there. Hopefully it doesn't do anything as far as the integrity, but just wanted to point that out. Now I need these screws out of the motors. Okay, so I got it together, y'all. Everything fit. Everything worked out really nice as far as putting it together. I got these batteries to test. So 380 G&B and 260 Ovionic. And so let's test it. Let's try it and have a look at the initial punch of it. I actually tried this indoors before I brought it out, and it had an insane amount of power. So let's try it with a fresh battery. Had this battery in my pocket. I got a few other batteries too. Okay, so let's look at the punch out. More like it. And that's 1S, guys. This thing does have an awesome punch out. It's fast. Can power loop. So this thing is awesome. Let me bring it back. So let's try some quick FPV with it. I'm going to land it right here. Try to do some FPV. The benches are wet, so I'm standing up, guys. Saying land now.
Going down!
And I ignored that, laying down too a little too long. Okay, so let's try to find it. I know we're over here. I got the D-Shot command set to beep. I need to turn that up a little louder. I had to flip over after crash, activated too. So that's it. Quick fun flight with this guy. This thing is awesome. I think this has the best punch. I think this thing has the best power to weight ratio in a 65mm sized whoop. It is cheating with these 35mm props though. Awesome frame from BetaFPV. I love it. Thanks for watching.